today. From Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Play action. Now Jackson. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And they work this well upfield across the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw here complete to Kelsey. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. But the opening drive, it continues, Charles, to be all pass, and it's working. Now they're on the doorstep of a touchdown here, 1st and goal.
Brandon, because it's working so well, I think the entire playbook is open for them right now. Do you want to run it? Do you want to continue to throw it? Spin the dial, make your choice. But right now, you like what you're doing in this possession.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Chances are good. He's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. On 2nd and goal, Jackson. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Cooper Kupp, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have answered. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. So, Charles, you look at this offense, so what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the 1st round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Throw left side, complete to Kupp. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And the Falcons are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Jonathan Taylor. First and 10, it's Jackson. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up second down. Throwing is Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A.J. Brown, a 16-yard touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage. So, Charles, that's about set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3-and-out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation. Pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit, too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our... Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This one fielded at the 5. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Cordero Patterson. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Falcons. I know a lot of of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. This will be caught by Brown. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
So right after the defense gets you the ball on a takeaway and a fumble recovery of their own, you've got to reward them, don't you? You've got to stay out on the field, give them a chance to rest, and how about doing it the way they did it, running the football and picking it up on third down.
They would not have wanted to go 3 and out. They avoid that right there.
Yeah, they avoided the glares as they went back to the bench, didn't they?
An excellent pickup of 20 yards. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete, and they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now it's Jackson. Another completion right back to Patterson. And out of bounds right around the 20. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Jonathan Taylor with his... About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The Falcons on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And oh, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's...
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. We are in the 4th and final quarter, as the offense will have the football starting this drive, 1st and 10. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Here's Jackson. On target over the middle to Hill. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Running straight ahead, Taylor. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
I didn't like the play call. I loved it. Running situation for sure on 4th and short. They got the defense to commit too many men in the box to stop the run and have the guts to go for the pass instead. And
he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, a 6-yard. Charles, you think about this victory, pretty impressive. They came in facing one of the top defenses in the National Football League. Not only did they get the win, they played a clean football game, didn't have any turnovers against that great defense.
Yeah, it's a terrific observation because you know they emphasize ball security, wanted to avoid making any major mistakes playing against that tough defense, and they were turnover-free and took points when they were available. Excellent execution, and they did it confidently.
So for Atlanta, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.